What's going on, everyone? It's always a great day to play a roguelike game, and today we are jumping back into Ballionaire. This was my game of the year for 2024. I just had so much fun with it before the new year, and so I'm glad to be jumping back in. They just had their spring update with a bunch of content. They have a new map over here that we're going to try out, the sewer. But before that, we are going to check out the unlocks, and I did do some work just to gather enough unlocks so that I could just get them all. I don't know if that's the right way to approach it, but yeah, I just wanted to do this, so let's go ahead and unlock them all together. And we have Owl. During drop, whenever a trigger in this row spawns a ball, okay, spawn an egg ball as well. That's pretty cool. I haven't used animals too often. I can't remember if there's any that are exceptionally good, but this is pretty decent. It will multiply the amount of balls that you're spawning. So I'm just gonna take them. We're going to read them all. I'll just take the first one of each reveal because I have 25 out of 25 available. Elevator. Change the direction of the elevator. Up or down, I assume. Yep. And that's how elevators work, right? When a ball spawns in this row, the ball's gravity will obey the direction of the elevator. Interesting. This would change the ball's... If this would change the ball's gravity, earn $800. I don't know how I would use that exactly. I could see this being good for the Ferris wheel in particular, but other than that, I'm very, very interested to see how that would be useful. Yeah, that's interesting. There's a lot of row interactions, which is new. Glad that they are innovating or think of new things like that, new concepts. Yeah, excited to see what else they got for us. We have the barbell. Earn $200 per stack when bonked. Give the ball muscles, which do an additional 1 damage per barbell in the stack. What? So this is a like attackable type thing, so you will give it muscles, which is not a carryable. It's more of like a overall buff, so it's not a categorized buff. That's very interesting, actually. Yeah, I like doing attackable builds sometimes. I guess the barbell is a new tool that we can use for that. Sippy cup, look how cute it is. During drop, whenever a ball carries a carryable in this row, spawn a water ball. Okay, wait a second. Whenever a ball carries a carryable in this row, spawn a water ball. Wait, how do we trigger that first part? Whenever a ball carries a carryable in this row, does that mean like you have to bonk something in the row with a carryable and then we get the water ball? That's how I'm understanding it. Hopefully I'm right. That seems pretty decent. Cannon. Change the direction of cannon when you interact with it. When you bonk it, earn $400 and shoot a cannonball. Bonked by a fireball, repeat this effect 3 times. I'm assuming the cannonball and the $400. Okay. So how does a cannonball work? Is it just a heavier... Is it just like a heavier normal ball, or does it actually shoot it in a direction almost like a like an arrow? We'll see. That's very interesting. Barbecue. Bonks. Reset the cooldown of all food triggers in this row. Earn $200 per cooldown reset. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I've played a lot of food builds, but I can't remember if cooldowns is a huge issue with them, but I'm sure it would be useful. Passive for the satellite. Earn every 2 seconds, a random ball will bonk a random trigger in this row up to 10 times per drop. If it's bonked, end this effect for the rest of the drop. Wait, every 2 seconds, a random ball will bonk a random trigger in this row. So what I assume that means is it will bring a ball, teleport it to one of the triggers, and bonk it. That's how I'm understanding the satellite. That's pretty interesting. I'm not sure if I would want to rely on a satellite, though. It's limited, and it also is debuffed after it gets bonked. So Not sure if I love it, but sounds interesting. Half off coupon is a trinket or whatever they call them, the passive effect. The first time each drop, each holder holds a ball, a whole ball. Drop a new half ball of the same type. The first time each drop, each holder holds a whole ball. Okay, cool. I don't love holders, but if we get that trinket, it could possibly, you know, help us want to do more holder stuff, or at least me, myself. Interact with the oven. Select the meal to bake in the oven. What? Each drop, destroy any adjacent non-meal trigger and replace it with a chosen meal, with the chosen meal. So do we get a draft of it then? Huh. Oven is cool. Yeah, you can kind of just really focus on food builds and also just put kind of like garbage triggers beside it and turn it into food. That's very interesting. During the drop, whenever a trigger in this row is destroyed, spawn 3 eggplant balls for the compost bin. Huh. Now, there's only a couple of ways that we can destroy things. I think things losing charges, any attackables, or if you remove it perhaps. Maybe removing is not considered as destroying it, but I don't think I like this one, but it's rare. I feel like it's supposed to be pretty good. I just can't think of how we can exploit it that much. Whenever a ball exits the screen, teleport a random ball back to its spawn point. Pretty good. Pretty good. For some maps it's better than others, but I think the feather's decent. We have the ice cream cone. Interact with it. Select an adjacent trigger for the ice cream cone to point at. When the selected trigger would cool down, the ice cream cone cools down instead. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. So if there's a trigger that you want to kind of hit a lot more often, well, not even a lot more often, but you know, a little bit more often, then you can have the ice cream beside it there. We have the eraser. Earn $400 when bonked. Interact with it. Select an adjacent trigger for eraser to point at. When the selected trigger would appear in a standard draft, prevent it, and gain multiplier. The eraser gains multiplier, I assume. It would be even crazier if the existing one would gain the multiplier. Actually, reading it again, it could be either. It could be either the eraser getting the multiplier or the selected trigger getting the multiplier. I think it's more interesting if the selected trigger gets the multiplier, but we'll see if that's actually what's happening. All right. 12 more. Jumbo jet. Change the direction of the jumbo jet. Ride the jumbo jet if bonked. Each triggered jumbo jet flies over gains multiplier, 4 times multiplier once. For the rest of the drop, the effect ignores cooldown. This effect ignores cooldown. Okay, wait a second. This effect ignores cooldown. Now, does that mean it will bonk the triggers that it flies over, but it will not... Wait, if anything is on cooldown, it will still apply the 4 times multiplier on it as it flies over it. I think that's the way it works. That's how I'm reading it, at least. That is pretty interesting. I think it's kind of useful for sure. Kitchen sink over here. Adjacent triggers gain 2 times multiplier for the rest of the drop for each unique ball type that bonks the kitchen sink. That is pretty cool. I typically like spawner builds where we're just spawning a lot of rocks, a lot of fireballs, you know, coin balls, a lot of different balls. So the kitchen sink I think I could use for sure, and I would just have to think about what I would replace with it, because typically I like having like amethyst, I think it's called, the purple gem. I wonder if the kitchen sink would be better than that, just depending on what you build, of course. So we have the apartment here. Bonked. Spawn a ball of the same type as the bonker. Interesting. For each other apartment consecutively bonked before this one. Oh, so this is a chain. I don't really use chains a lot. So if we have a bunch of apartments together and we just have a single ball fly through all of them, it's going to spawn a bunch of balls. Okay. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Bamboo. Bonked, earn $800, has 1.25 times multiplier for each bamboo in the stack above 1. If the bamboo is destroyed, earn $800 and spawn a bamboo in an adjacent open space. What? So can I assume removing is actually considered destroying? Why would it do that? That's an interesting... That is an interesting effect, the secondary effect here, but I just don't exactly know when that would trigger or why we would do that. Balls cannot be destroyed if they are carrying food. Love it. Mousetrap, not bad. That would enhance a lot of different things because a lot of triggers will destroy the ball, then do its effect. So yeah, you can exploit those triggers with the mousetrap. Of course, it's a rare trinket, so who knows if you would find it when you want it, but we'll see. Road sign, interact, select an adjacent space for the road sign to point at. If it's bonked, send the ball in the direction pointed by the road sign. Okay, definitely very, very easy to understand how you would use that. So you would put it near like the edge of the board or the edge of the screen and then send it back into the direction of the middle of the board. Now I'm just wondering how strong that bump would be for the road sign if it sends it like in a straight line into the absolute other edge of the screen. Not so useful perhaps, or maybe it is, but yeah, just wondering the force that it puts on the ball after it redirects it. That would be something that I'm interested to learn about. So that's road sign. All right, we got the chisel. Immediately draft and place a chisel trigger. What? This is a trinket? Chisel, interact, select an adjacent trigger for chisel to point at. Cannot be an obstacle. After drop, replace chisel with this trigger and gain a draft of chisel. Oh, interesting. Is this the only way to get chisel? So this is like a multiplier thing. Like you just keep multiplying it. Or you keep multiplying your triggers and then chisel will multiply itself. That is very, very interesting. I think I would actually use this a lot. All right, next up. We got the Scarecrow. Up to X times per drop. When a trigger is destroyed, reset the cooldown of all triggers. X is the current tribute. Again, destroying triggers is a questionable driver for me. I just don't know how often we can do that. Oh, wait a second. Treasures can be destroyed once they're discovered. So treasures being something like the treasure chest or whatever, you discover the secret and then it destroys itself and then it replaces itself somewhere else on the map. So if you're doing like a treasure build or a gem build, I think that would be something that would work with it. Remote control, select an adjacent trigger for the remote control to point at. If you bonk it, bonk the selected trigger instead. Okay. It doesn't reset the cooldown or anything, so it's like not that great. I guess depending on the board, this could be decent, but I don't know if I love it. I don't know if I love that one. 3 left. We have the thermometer. Whenever a trigger in this row enters cooldown, a random trigger in this row gains +1 multiplier for the rest of the drop. Whoa. That is really cool. So if we have a row of like all quick cooldown triggers and then we're just powering up the thermometer, that would be crazy. If you have a very small row as well, let's just say the row has like maybe 2 or 3, you can have a pretty consistent multiplier on those 2 items, but then maybe you're not triggering them fast enough, unless you have some adjustments around them like the running cap or whatever it is. Yeah, that's okay. We'll see if I use that. And then we have the dark metal. Whenever a trigger is destroyed or removed, so removed is considered something different completely. Every other trigger that shares a trait with it gains multiplier. Whoa. Oh, damn. That's really good. That is really good. Yeah, you can kind of go crazy with that for sure. It gives you a lot of multiplier across the board if you're just using things of the same thing. With the same tags, at least. Interact, select an adjacent trigger for the binoculars to point at. Cannot be a unique trigger. Okay. After tribute, gain a draft of the selected trigger, then destroys itself. Okay, so binoculars will only be able to be used for one tribute, I guess, and it's a multiplier. Okay. I mean, early game, that sounds really, really good. Now, the smart thing to do is probably go to the bans and ban some things that you don't want to use. But I'm just going to go in with everything and just try it out. It's going to be very hard to get things that work together, perhaps, but I'm here for the randomness. I'm going to go into... Is there any new classes? I don't think there is. I don't know how the sewer looks like, so I'm just going to go random here. So here's the new map, sewer. I'm going to go on Ballionaire Plus. I don't trust myself to do Ballionaire Plus Plus. So let's go in and try it out. Hello, sir. It's been a while. So let's see what tribulations we got. Are you crazy? 6 prohibitum, however you say that. That's really freaking crazy. I don't know where I should put it. So does this have gravity to it and it drops the ball right down? Where is the ball coming from? I feel like this is such a weakness. We have 6 of them. My God. Like, I'm just gonna put them around the edges. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. Maybe not the bottom edge over here. Oh God. Okay, I'm gonna put them over here. Hopefully that is not too terrible. So we have the Eye of Abundance, which is rare. I want to take it just because it's rare, but honestly, my choice would more likely be the Zoo in a normal situation. I guess this is a normal situation. What am I saying? Let's just take the Eye of Abundance. We have most of the top row still here. I really do like the Avalanche. However, I want to try as many new triggers as I can. If I take the Sippy Cup, it's not going to give us very much score at the beginning, but I want to see how it works. So whenever a ball carries a carry ball in this row, spawn a water ball. Whenever a ball carries a carry ball in this row. Like I said before, I think it is asking us to have something bonked on that row. Wait. Oh, this is like a Super Mario situation, isn't it? So it just falls down here, but it goes down the pipe, and then in the corresponding pipe, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it will do a Super Mario drop down underneath, I guess. So I'm going to put the sippy cup over here. Welcome to the sewer. Balls will travel through the pipes. Wow, I should have just, like, played the thing and figured out, but my speculation was correct. We're not going to earn anything here. And it's a sewer ball. Look at that. Yeah, here comes... Wait, it's a random one? Maybe it said that in the description and I didn't read it at all because I'm very stupid. Okay, so we need carryables, okay? I do like me a magic castle, but I think it's about time to take some bread. Alright. Oh wait, does it have to get bombed? No, it's whenever something is in this row, and I assume the row would count across the sewer or across the whatever. I don't want to call it a waterfall, but the water over here doesn't, like, it's a separation of the map, but it doesn't separate the row. It's still considered the same row. I hope you guys know what I mean. I don't think I'm making much sense right now. Okay, so food trigger. You're a food trigger, yeah? What's your cooldown? Your cooldown is 10 seconds. I mean, I don't know why I would need the cooldown on it if I'm not spawning too much. You know what I mean? But maybe we will have a lot of spawning soon. We'll see. I mean, we could put a pumpkin down here. Get it bonked by the water ball. Let's try it out. So even if it falls in between, it will go somewhere up here. I guess it's just random. Do we want some anchors? Pretty easy strategy. I don't think I actually want the anchor. Let's get some more carryables over here. What does this do again? I want to try the eraser. Now, if I have this pointing at the sippy cup, we can test it out there. You place an interactive trigger. You can click this trigger between drops to perform its interact effect. It is already, you know, doing its thing, so that's cool. It's gonna point at this, and actually, I don't know if the multiplier really matters. In this case, if the multiplier applies to the eraser, it would be better, but I don't think that's what's happening. So if we ever get a sippy cup again, it will not actually appear, and we'll get multiplier somewhere. I mean, putting a cactus down is not bad, but it's just not... Overall, it's not a very good trigger. Take a temporary nest over here. Burp. Nice. We made the tribute. Look at that. Easy peasy. Okay. Do we want a jump rope? I don't know if I want a jump rope. Here's a tomato, so we got some more carryables. We're putting food in the sewer. Doesn't sound like a good idea, but we're gonna do it. Okay. Well, they're hitting us up with that anchor again. What does this do? A holder, right. We aren't doing holders. Maybe I'll just take the anchor at least. Oh, wait, this is bottom row too. Huh. Would that be better? Let me cook for a second. I'm gonna put it on the right-hand side. Although I feel like we can do some funny business over here to like have lots of spawning, lots of bouncing back and forth, and maybe some anchor action happening and it getting triggered a whole bunch. But I went with the more straightforward choice in putting it near the end here. Okay. Re-roll this. I do like a firecracker. Not gonna take it. More temporary balls over here. Half off coupon. We're not doing holders. We're not doing holders. Oh, well, I guess we're doing holders. Well, let's start it up with drafting 3 of them. Ah, the dam is good. Hold this ball, earn $200 for each held ball. It could work well. Wait, we have water stuff happening. Now, unfortunately, the water balls are coming over here, and if I put the dam over here, it's just going to go into this section. Maybe that's not such a bad thing. Let's try it out. I mean, Ball Mart is good, but how do we consistently feed it? Maybe I put it right here. Let's see if that works out. Ball Mart again? We got another dam, too. I don't think we need more than 1 dam. I'll do another Ball Mart. Because these guys are having carryables. They're coming through with their carryables, and they don't hit the Ball Mart at all. Of course not. Okay, so. I don't like any of these. I really don't like any of these. Maybe I will try the caterpillar and put it over here for now. Does that make any sense at all? Wait, what is... How do you get... Right, yeah, you are looking for carryables. I still don't know how it triggers the water ball. Whenever a ball carries a carryable in this row, spawn a water ball. Does that mean it has to be spawned over here with a carryable? Because we have had carryables come through here. Maybe it has to bonk something. I don't know. Still going with the caterpillar. Not the best at all. And it's gonna get hit right here. Never mind, it didn't. Please hit the Ball Mart. It didn't. At least it hit the anchor. I might lose right away. Balloon is cool. It's not that good. I'm still gonna take it. Let's put it over here. I put it above the anchor for some reason. Oh my god. Hit the balloon. Actually, the balloon doesn't matter. Okay, here is a lake, which is nice. Like, is it possible? I think the ball will lose all of its carryables, right? Consume the ball. Yeah, it's not great. Ugh. Okay, I have a very, very non-cohesive build going on here. We got carryables that we want to come through here. Not hitting the ball mart at all. But we're going to be losing carryables if it hits this dam. Do we want more of anything? I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure if we need fireballs. I think we need more carryables. Okay. Yep, just avoid all the carryables. No problem. 2 more drops to make about 15k. There's quite a bit of it. You know what? I'm going to use a campfire just to bolster up this run. Or this tribute. We got 2 carryables. Oh my, why aren't they hitting these ball marts? It's like there is some kind of magnetic force that's pushing them away. Like, you know, opposing magnetism. Okay, let's do maybe the mushroom. Here, I'm gonna put it over here. Does this thing need to see a carryable and also it getting bonked? I really don't know what's happening. Hey, our butterfly evolved. That's great. It really does nothing, though. The butterfly does nothing for us. Oh, damn, this thing comes back up? Oh, the tunnels work the other way, too. Okay. That is good to know. Draft and place a harvester. Right, so harvester is it's a vehicle, right? And it likes to eat up the plants, which I don't love. I'm gonna take the ice cubes. Animal trigger. Limited trigger. This doesn't really help us, and it's quite temporary as well. I'm not sure how many animals we're gonna have either. Whatever, take it. I like gems. We'll see if it works. Okay, how the hell does this spawn a water ball at all? Someone needs to tell me. I do not understand. Here comes a balloon. LOL. It's coming through. Oh, turns into a water ball. That's not a bad effect. Look at that. That is not a bad effect at all. Let's take the cheese. I wish I could put it over here, actually. How do you work? Like, I just don't understand how it is reading that condition of a ball carrying a carryable in this row. I just don't understand how that works. Let's see what happens. We're making decent money. Nice, we got rid of the smoke. Apartment I'm really interested in seeing. Should we chain it up? Yeah, let's get some apartments over here. Actually, yeah, I don't know. I feel like the apartments are better over here. Let's start up the apartment game. So look at this. We got carryables. It's in the row. It just hit you with carryables. Did you see that? The sewer gate ball. It had carryables. It hit this thing. It did not spawn that water ball. I don't know how this thing works at all. Oh my god. Thank you, sir. Hungry mouth. I mean, here's the thing. If we're using Ball Mart, we shouldn't try to use the hungry mouth, I guess. But wait a second. Because of the balloon, we could maybe use a hungry mouth over here for any balloons coming through. That could be decent. And maybe we get some more balloons going on, you know? Also, the butterfly can get the mouth to trigger as well. Forgot about the butterfly. Cool. Tomato, tomato. I'm gonna leave the apartments over here. Let's go with the tomato over here. Still haven't seen a single water ball coming from this guy. You serious? Are you serious? Let me re-roll on that. Re-roll on that. Do we want the jump rope? Oh, we can't put it over here by the apartment. That sucks. Alright, give me the nest. Temporarily. Lol. That water ball was from the lake, right? And the dam didn't even take it. What the hell? It passed by the dam completely. Go to the mouth. Damn it, balloon. Why didn't you do it? Okay, I'm suspicious now. I'm very skeptical. Why didn't you take it? Bonked by water ball. Maybe it was just like spawned too close to it or something. But I swear it went through it. Brick is interesting. Wait, no. I'm doing ball mart. More ball mart over here. I don't know how the sippy cup works. I need to research how it actually works because I really don't understand what's happening. Here comes a balloon. Nice tomato on that balloon. Okay, well, we're kind of doing it. It's okay. I only have one mover, so I don't think that's a good idea. Campfire is temporary. What just happened? Why did it give me that ring? More balloon, please. I do like spells. I think this is the best. I have been taking a lot of limited triggers, but I don't want to keep doing that. So I'm going to go ahead and take the spell book. Eat it! Eat it! Nice! I'm not scaling fast enough, I don't think. I'm going to make it through, but I don't think I'm scaling fast enough. Give me the ice cubes temporarily. See? Carryables. Carryables! Hit that freaking sippy cup. 0 water balls. Maybe it has to spawn on the same row or something. The description is, I guess, a little vague. Nice. Ball marts are killing it right now. Weren't you supposed to do something for me? Oh, it applies the multiplier to itself. Okay, so mystery solved. In this case, it is better, but I still feel like it would be more interesting if the multiplier was applied to what it was pointing to. But in this case, like I said, it is better for us because the sippy cup isn't doing anything for us. And I really don't understand. During the drop, whenever a ball carries a carry ball in this row, spawn a water ball. Please tell me how to use it. Do we want some more pumpkins? Do I don't know if I do. What's a max on it? Times 8? Wait, it's times 10. Okay. I'm not sure if I want it still. I think it is the best case for us. How are we hitting these with water balls? We need some like reverse gravity on the water balls or something. I think what happened there is we hit the lake, we dropped all the carryables, and then... Oh! The ball spawns upwards if the butterfly hits it. Or, sorry, the balloon. Here comes another one. Hit the lake. It did not. Okay, cool. We made tribute. Another eraser? No, we take the apartment for sure. Let's see if this works out. Let's see if it works out. Apartment. Oh, there's multiple balls. Sippy cup, please work. Maybe one of these days. Lots of balloons coming back up. Hit the lake. That one's not hitting the lake. Here comes the apartment. Nope. So it has to hit more than one apartment before it starts spawning more of them, which is fair. You know what? I think that a brick would be nice because we have a couple of things happening here that are coming back up, such as the balloon and also the butterfly. So it could return a coin ball for us if things work out correctly. And we're not going to see it this drop. That's fine. Definitely want to see some chef's pan happening here. We're going to put it over here, though. Because we have multiple ingredients happening this way. And yeah, does it consume the ingredients actually? Or will we keep them for Ball Mart as well and the pan will just like, you know. Oh, look at that. Why did we get 2? I don't know why we got 2 coin balls there, but I am not going to complain. Why did we get 2? Hold on. I really don't know why we got 2 there. Okay, running cap here will skip cooldowns. Do we really want that for any reason? I don't think we need the running cap. I feel bad not taking it though. It's rare. Where would we want this? I don't have space, bro. Okay, I'll put it over here for now. Let's see if that does anything at all. Why are you spawning 2? That's crazy. Do I have a oh, because of this one right here. This trinket or whatever you call it. It's activating everything at the top row twice. So I should put some really cool things at the top on the right-hand side as well. Another mouth, Dart Trap Avalanche. Avalanche is great, especially over here. Again, for anything floating back up, and we can turn them back into, like, you know, a spawn. That would be great. Here's Chisel. Let's check out the Chisel. So we're gonna draft a Chisel, right? Cannot be an obstacle. Okay, so we're going to put the Chisel over here by the apartment. And then we're going to... Ooh. You know what? Spell of Rebirth would be great here. I'm going to put it over here. And then we're going to put the Chisel to the apartment. And we're going to get another apartment and another Chisel the next tribute. How does a sippy cup work? Someone needs to answer. Someone please put it in the comments. One of you knows what it does. I do not. Yeah, some more cheese, please. What the? Yo, what happened? Wait a second. Oh, Chisel moves it. I thought it would just duplicate it. That's still pretty interesting, actually. Do I want to move anything? Let me cook for a second. Maybe I move the dam and then I move the butterfly over to where the dam is. That would be decent. Let's try it. Because I would rather have the butterfly more centered now that it is evolved into a butterfly. I kept it at the side because you have to let the caterpillar, you know, not get hit for a while before it turns into a butterfly. So the Chisel works differently than I thought, but I'm very bad at reading things. So it's probably my fault. Definitely my fault for not understanding. Who else could it be? Alright, so another caterpillar. Yo, I'm into it. Let's try it over here. And we got a gem too. Okay, multipliers on... I mean, I assume that the Ball Mart is the most earning right now, which is great. I'm gonna put it over here. And then we got the Chisel. Chisel's very interesting. Go ahead and go like that. Please don't hit my caterpillar over here. Oh crap, caterpillar's dead. Never mind. You can't even see the caterpillars under my head. We're not hitting that Book of Rebirth at all, are we? Oh, there goes the caterpillar. Just died. F. Barbecue will reset the food triggers and earn $200 per cooldown. We do have to bonk it. Oh wait, the rows don't carry over past the water. No, that sucks. So it is a separation. I was wrong about that. We don't really need to have a cooldown, do we? What's a cooldown on these? 10 seconds, 10 seconds. I mean, we don't have enough spawning to really care about that right now. Gain a charge. We can start using greenhouse over here, perhaps. Do we really need a chisel again? I mean, I'll use it, but like, I don't know where I actually want that to work. Oh, wait. Yo, this butterfly is just hitting the lake now, which is not great. So maybe I'll chisel the lake over here instead. I might try the caterpillar again. You know what? I'm going to put it over here. We have another one? Sweet. Another chisel. Like I said, I think I want to move this. Wait a second. How come this hasn't spawned anything? Let's see if this is a good idea. I think the chef's pan can be moved too because... Wait, maybe not. We'll see what happens. That rebirth was unfortunate. Come on, hit something, boys. Ah, okay, that's fine. So we got stormy weather, teleporter. Do we want to start doing teleporter game? I do like a good teleporter. Okay, I'm gonna put it over here, and then we'll put one over here. And chisel again. I don't know if I need this anymore. Kind of a waste. Wait a second. What if I move, like... What if I start moving this ball mart all the way back up to here so that it's touching both the amethyst and the greenhouse? I think that's the only thing that I can think of doing. I think it's the smartest thing I can do. Book of Rebirth on the butterfly. Interesting. Here comes some coins. Very cool. Okay. Slowly moving that ball mart. We don't need another ball mart. Road sign is here. I do want to try the road sign. I mean, let's try it over here. Just point it back towards the balloons or whatever. Actually, I'll have things point towards the... Yeah, I'll have it over here and see what happens. We're still trying to chisel this guy over to this space over here. So let's go. Wait, this thing's pointing the wrong way. That's a lot of rocks. That avalanche, though. Holy crap. Lots of things happening. Man, we're making money. We are making money. I did not see how it activated, but it's pointing upwards, so maybe it just had a very small effect since, you know, it's not really pointing anywhere. Parachute is interesting. Parachute is very interesting. I mean, parachute's almost like a balloon, but it's not a new ball. It just keeps the same ball, right? So I'm gonna put it over here, see what happens. Yeah. Hey! Balatro, anybody? Banana. Do we have any agers? We only have the cheese, which is okay. I'll take the winner's cup, though. I think that will be the most useful. We have what books so far? You know what? Let's start getting on that fireball game. I'll put it over here. Wait. I'll put it over here. Chisel again. We want you moved over one space, and we're gonna point you towards this way. Actually, yo, go diagonal. I was thinking it would just be up, down, left to right, but it also does diagonals, which is interesting. Okay, not bad. Road sign, not bad, not bad. We're not earning as much as I thought we would. Oh, hold on, spoke too soon perhaps. So I guess we're hitting the chef's pan before we have two different ingredients on the ball and it's not actually doing the thing that we want it to do. I believe that is the situation here. Holy crap, this is the longest drop ever. Everything's refreshing. Here comes another balloon. I spoke way too soon when I said we're not earning that much on this drop. Okay. Let me reroll on that. Do we want some more pumpkin? I think it's pumpkin time. Let's just try it. What if we want a chisel here? Maybe the Book of Rebirth. I'm gonna move it, like, over. For some reason, nothing's hitting this section. What the hell? That must have been from the dam, all these water balls that came on the right-hand side. Okay, maybe Book of Rebirth is getting hit a lot. Let's speed it up a bit. We're gonna go 2 times. Okay, not bad. Here's the cannon. Bounce by a fireball, repeat this multiple times. Yo, put it right here. Just shoot a bunch like that. Let's see if it works. I don't know if I need this chisel right now, but I kind of want to just keep it. So for the purpose of keeping it, I'm just going to keep moving the Book of Rebirth back and forth. Okay, this is a little bit too fast. Maybe 1.5? I didn't even see the cannon fire there, but it seemingly did. I want to see the interaction of how the cannonball works. So like the gravity, the speed of it, that type of thing. Select an adjacent trigger for the remote control to point at. Bonk the selected trigger instead. Sure, let's try it. What do we want to bonk more often here? I mean, the avalanche is cool. Maybe just point it at the lake. And here's the chisel again. Here, I'll move it this way. Now let's watch for the cannon. So the cannon is shooting some very, very fast balls, it looks like. We earning? It's still going. Here, let me hide this. Sorry for those of you who wanted to see the stats over here. I just like to see more of the screen myself. Okay. Almost at tribute. Reroll. Disguise is really good. So it's considered, it will make the ball be considered every single type of ball. Let me just think about what we would even want that for. There's not too much. There's a dam that likes water balls. This thing likes fireballs. That's about it. Yeah, it says the synergies right here. I guess the pumpkins like water balls too. You know what? I'll stick it over here and see what happens. Here's a chisel. Again, just to keep it, I'm going to put it there. It lost everything. Once we hit the lake, it's game over for that ball. I don't know. I kind of want to get rid of the lake. If only I knew how to use this sippy cup, because then we would have water balls in some way. But yeah, I don't know how else I'm going to have water balls without the lake right now. Another anchor? Could be okay. You know, I'll reroll. Outlet we like, but we don't have any limited triggers right now, do we? Torch is cool too, but at least it's considered a carryable, so it can be sold at Walmart. I just don't know what we would do with it. I'm gonna put it over here, and if there's anything that we want to do with fireballs, we can start sticking it on the latter part of the map here. Oh my god. Terrible drop. What happened to all the spawns? There's some spawns. We got some pizza. Eat the pizza! Nice! The mouth got some pizza. Okay. Sweet. Dart trap is pretty cool. I wish I could hit the avalanche with it. Maybe I can hit it anyways like this. Let's use it. Here's the chisel. Can't think of anything I want to move again. This is moving a little bit fast, but at the same time, the drops are so lengthy that I don't want to keep it at 1 times speed. Nice. Lots of arrows. Lots of pizza getting eaten. Cool. All right, we're on to the last section here. We had to get all the way up to 1,000,000 eventually. Give me some more ingredients. Sure. Air conditioner is pretty cool. Definitely do not want invert. Although we do have a lot of spawner. No, we don't want invert. I'm gonna take this. Do we have explosion? No. We have rebirth. I can use rebirth. Chisel again. Drop the ball. Lots of stones, lots of arrows. Oh boy. We only got 23k, which is not great. Do we want the radiator? The radiator is actually pretty good with the torch because it'll give you more balls instead of just swapping it, but it still destroys the ball, which is not good. So I actually don't want it because we're hoping that a bunch of carryables are on the ball and it drops into ball mart, and the radiator would screw that up by consuming the ball. So I don't want that. We do like the bus. Now, it's unfortunate because most of our carryables are over here, but anything going upwards riding the bus could earn us quite a bit. Chisel. There's a bus. Hit the ball mart. Nice. Is the bus gonna be... Nope. What's the cooldown on the bus? I don't know if we're gonna make it this time. We're gonna have to see. Capacitor. Capacitor is cool. Capacitor is cool. I don't spawn that many fireballs, however. Interesting. Maybe if I took that radiator, I could power these things up even more. I can't think of that now, so let's just skip it. Select the meal to bake in oven. Each drop, destroy any adjacent non-meal trigger and replace it with a meal. I would like to try this. I'm gonna try it. Wait, can it eat this trigger? May not be removed. Okay, we'll see. So you can select the meal to bake in oven. Destroy any adjacent non-meal trigger and replace it with chosen meal. That's cool. I don't know what all the meals do. I can't remember, but if we have any garbage triggers, we can stick it over here instead. I might start getting picky. We'll see. Could you please do something, Sippy Cup? I've kept it here even though I don't know how to use it. Do we need more bread? Maybe not. Hungry mouth. I'm not sure if we're going to do well with a windmill, to be honest with you. We could. It would probably want to be over here, but I'm more leaning towards having it over here because we got the amethyst in the greenhouse, although the greenhouse is not doing much. I will try it for now. Maybe I'll move it with the chisel, who knows? Hit that windmill, please. Oh crap, this drop doesn't seem very good. Alright, it's looking good now. Hit that windmill. There's a windmill hit. Lots of stuff happening. Okay, great. More tomato. We don't have that teleporter yet, do we? Alright, let's do chisel. Do we want the windmill to be... Whoa, look at this pumpkin. Do we want the windmill to be prioritized for the multiplier instead of this one? This, what's it called? Ball mart. Could be true. We'll see. This is a hat. Is this considered a hat too? It is. We only have one thing spawning a coin ball, so I'm not going to take it. What does this do again? Whenever a trigger in this row spawns a ball, spawn an egg ball, then cool down. It's only 2 seconds. We could put it by the lake, which is triggering quite a bit. It's the only one available that I could really stick it beside. That it's a spawner. I'm gonna try it. Amethyst again. You know what? We're gonna move the ball mart. We're gonna swap these two. I've decided that's what we're gonna do. There's our first egg. Didn't really do much. I don't even know what I want that egg to do. I guess like trigger a parachute or the balloon. Okay, we're gonna make it. Ooh, this is a good item. It's for sure a good item. I'm really wasting a lot, not wasting, but I'm using a lot of space here. And there's some things that need some space, such as the apartments, the food to spawn. I don't know if I'm making the right decisions, but we're going with it anyway. And the cannon is probably not in the most optimal position either. But it was the first time I'm using it, so whatever. Alright, we made it, but we barely made it. Road sign. I do like a road sign. Here, put it over here and point things more towards that way. Yeah, it has the exact same direction that I would like it to have. I'm going to take the receipt because it's easy to use and I do have a lot of spawners. And I wish I could use this. Oh, I do have a book of ignition. Frick. Why did I cover it up? I'm going to have to remove this bread. I'd rather have the fireballs. So we're going to move you. Cool. And then let's go. Please hit that fire book. Not happening, huh? Cool. There you go. Yeah, those cannons aren't doing too much. We need something like kind of in front of it so it stops the trajectory so the balls just drop instead. Wonder what I could do with that. However, I can't use up this space because we need to feed the spell of ignition as well. Ice cream cone is kind of cool. What would I like to point it at though? Does the windmill have a cooldown? 0 cooldown on the windmill. Do you have a cooldown? Alright, you know what? Put the ice cream, point it towards the spell of rebirth. Actually, what's yours? 2 seconds? That's not too bad. I don't know where I want this. I can't move this now because I have the ice cream. Let him cook. Let him cook. Maybe I put the disguise somewhere else, and then I could put something else where it's at. Only thing I can think of. Like, the disguise really isn't doing that much for us either. I forgot to point the ice cream towards the book, so that's nice. Okay. Jungle hat is cool. Oh, you can't wear the disguise and the jungle hat at the same time, though. That's what I would want it to do. Wait, how did we get this here? What did I get rid of? Oh, no. Oh, crap. Anything beside this thing will make it into food. That's my bad. So whatever I put there, I can't even remember what it was. It turned into food instead. Not great. We don't need a jungle hat. Only for like the dam or this thing we would want the jungle hat. Which is not bad, but then we're running into this oven. You know what? Get rid of the oven. Sorry, oven. Do I need a chisel? I don't know if I need a chisel, man. I'm gonna skip it now. We're not really using it effectively. It is kind of a waste, but you know what? I should keep it. Let me just move. Wait, can I move this thing? This prohibitium? I put it underneath it. I'll show you guys. I'll put it underneath it. Let's see if it moves. I guess it can. That's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and point you at that book. And it triggered it immediately twice because of the cannon. Very interesting. All my triggers are on cooldown. What the heck? Wait, are we gonna make it? Don't give me another oven, bro. So the chisel did not move the prohibitium or whatever it's called. Another parachute could be fine. Yeah, the chisel is not going to do anything now. So in a way, I just wasted it anyways. In fact, it's even worse because I'm wasting a space instead of just skipping it and not placing it. So, you know, if I lose here, I know who to blame. This whole dam situation is kind of stupid too. Oh right, I put this near the oven and it was eaten up. We kind of need to save space for apartments, but whatever. The apartments are all taken up. What is the cooldown on the apartment? Apartment is not as good as I thought it would be. But I'm also not using it effectively because I'm surrounding it with other things. Kitchen sink. Wow. Kitchen sink is kind of dope. I'm going to put it over here. I think that can add some multiplier for sure. 10 seconds for apartment. Gotcha. We do have lots of different balls dropping. Yeah, there's some multiplier. Lots of multiplier on that freaking windmill. Holy crap. Yo. Oh crap, this might save us. Maybe not though. Oh, it did! Jesus Christ, how did I just get that payout? Damn, that's crazy. So is disguise like goated for the kitchen sink? Like this counts the ball as every ball type. So if you hit it with the disguise, that's like complete gold, right? Yo, put some more around the kitchen sink. Some more ball mart right here. Okay. Yep, that's multiplying. It's multiplying like crazy. We might be able to win just because of this kitchen sink, yo. We will! We will. That's kind of cool, but I don't want to use it. Egg carton's okay. Ooh. Okay. Chill for a second. Now, will this point to... I could have this for sure always pointing towards the ball mart, which is pretty secure. I'm just afraid if I put it over here for the windmill, it will start pointing at like the kitchen sink or the torch, which doesn't actually generate score. I don't know if that's actually what happens, but just to be safe, I'm gonna go that way. Whenever ball exits the screen, teleport random ball back to the spawn point. Sure. Feather seems great. Ignition, let's go. Get that kitchen sink going. Oh my god, times 32 on that bad boy. Too bad it has 0 carryables that have entered the ball mart. Maybe I have too many ball marts. There's 1 carryable, times 64. That windmill, though. That windmill's going crazy. Hold on, where's this windmill registered? Where's a windmill? It should be one of these tabs. Oh my god, I don't even know. Is it like the second? Oh, there it is. That's pretty cool. Okay. Let me see these stats. Ball mart is earning the most, but it's the earliest thing that we picked up as well. So whenever a trigger in this row enters cooldown, a random trigger in this row gains multiplier for the rest of the drop. We have nothing on cooldown for ball mart, do we? Yeah, these two don't cool down. None of this really cools down, so that doesn't really work for any of the stuff that I would want to apply it to, unfortunately. But thermometer is cool. I'm gonna re-roll this one. Another owl, interesting. Another cannon, interesting. Yo, give me a cannon over here. I'm gonna point it this way. Let's see what happens if I point it towards the rocks here. Okay, that doesn't really work that well. Wait, actually, it might hit the... I guess it would hit the brick, and then it might hit the darts as well, so I'll keep it there. Yo, we're gonna make this tribute. Do we have to overplay it? We made the tribute. First time sewer, Ballionaire Plus. That's not bad. I'm actually proud of myself. I legitimately didn't think that I would win because I knew I would just be trying out all this new crap. I'm just gonna do whatever now. I don't need to like maximize this run. I'm just happy with the win. First time on the sewer. Using a bunch of the new triggers. I love it. Got a bunch of new trinkets as well, which is cool. But yeah, just the multiplier action over here is obviously saving us. Sure, give me that rainbow. Go on. I'm very surprised. I feel like it took me a while to even start winning the game at all on any difficulty. But I guess I've learned a thing or two. Or just got lucky. Or just had lots of very, very good coincidences. Either way, it's all good. You're not limited. We can add a charge if we have fireballs hitting here. So we can finally, you know, feed that greenhouse. Which I put there a long time ago. It's getting fed finally. Look at that. I was waiting for something to help feed the greenhouse. Maybe I did have some options, but I just ignored it. Very, very typical of me to do that. Because I go tunnel vision on one specific thing. Whenever a trigger in this row is destroyed, it spawns 3 egg balls. Right. Don't really need that. Kitchen sink again? Let's go for it. Let's go crazy. Wait, it's touching this one too. Oh my god, it's times 1,000! It's times 1,000 right there. You see this? What is it gonna earn? Times 2,048. This is gonna go nuts. Kitchen sink goated. It's times 8,092 now. We just got 26 million from that? Look at this stupid ass score. Holy crap, dude. Here, put an axe over here, sure. Let's see if we can get even more multiplier on that. Yo, kitchen sink is like kind of broken. It turns a common item like the ball mart into like the best thing you've ever seen in your life. Yo, spawn some more. Okay, it's over. Wow. Okay. Wasn't expecting to totally blow it out of the water, but I guess that's the way it goes. Ball mart goated, obviously. We bonked these things more often than the ball marts, which is very, very interesting. But yeah, that's gonna be it for Ballionaire for now. Hopefully we have some more updates for the game sometime soon. It seems like they're doing it every quarter, every half year. So we'll jump back in, but if you guys want to see some more Ballionaire content, please let me know in a comment. Leave a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Really appreciate it, guys. I'll catch ya on the next one. Peace out.